Everybody, welcome to episode 54, Disco
54
of Soccer Situations, the podcast. This week, we're going to discuss whether or not Spanish racism exists. We've seen the first articles implying that Ten Hag's job is at risk. And Beckham quits football?
Soccer situation.
Romeo Beckham, that is.
Romeo Beckham.
Welcome.
Not many of us knew much about his football career.
We know he's an Arsenal fan from last week's episode, of course, loyal listeners. I'm sure after listening to that episode, you went to Apple Podcasts and rated and reviewed the pod, right?
Absolutely.
Then you popped over to our YouTube and you subscribed, gave us a little like-see there.
Yeah, maybe we'll just put it on the background for us, let it play.
Left
so we
a
get us to
comment
play.
about our outfits, my need for a haircut.
Oof, mine's there too right now. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
It's tucked away right now, but
I still
Get a
got that
little shaggy.
picture of Gosling tucked in my wallet.
ready to go.
Ready to go.
Any day now.
I always like to get my haircut about 6 weeks too late.
I always wait too long. I don't think
Same.
I've ever been like the type of person to get my haircut like on a religious schedule.
I feel like I always have a story for the hair cutter as well because I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm really sorry.
It's been so long, I
You
know.
won't believe a tree fell on my house. But there's always something.
There's always a story. It's always a story.
It's been a tree many times. This is the first time it's been true.
Yeah, right? This time it actually was a tree in the house.
Right? What's going on with you, Alex?
Ooh.
Casual weird week for me.
Casual weird week. Yeah, I had I think I saw something. I watched something that maybe even Todd has not watched yet.
Not a chance.
I guarantee it. I guarantee you haven't seen this yet.
What do you got?
Well, I saw Beetlejuice yesterday.
Oh, that's really funny. I was going to go see it, but
Really?
I didn't. Yeah. What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, we had I had a little the first spooky season date of the year. A little
Awesome.
Beetlejuice and Spirit Halloween hangout.
Beautiful.
Ooh, does it get any spookier?
Did you get a costume too?
No, I didn't get a costume. It was just hang out. It's a little early, a little early. Just
When-
feeling it out.
When's the last time you saw the original Beetlejuice?
Honestly, that's what made me realize it's been probably since I was a kid, honestly.
Okay.
I need to go back and watch the original now.
Sure.
Because honestly, I loved that. It was like, it's funny, Maggie this morning was saying that it got bad reviews, and I was like, I thought it was great.
It's getting mixed feedback.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good time.
I think it's probably a good time.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice just rips.
Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice ripped again.
Is
Yeah,
he super
I thought
funny
it
in
was
it?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed
Just
it.
the animal.
Yeah, just being an animal, being awesome.
That's cool, man. No, I fully plan on seeing that. Plus Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah, Catherine O'Hara,
Give me a
Winona
break.
Ryder,
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Jenna Ortega.
Good for you,
Like,
dude.
how can you...
I'm never gonna discourage someone from going to the movies, and I
Yeah.
actually am stunned. I'm annoyed that I didn't get to be like, "Pff, I saw that.
I know,
because
right?
I was this close to it the other day. I was like, I should go see Beetlejuice.
I thought for sure I would I finally had one on you.
Yeah, no, you did. Congratulations,
It's the
you
first
got
thing
me
in a
dude.
while. I feel like I've seen that you have not seen yet.
Yeah, good for you, dude.
I had to take something kind of out there like Beetlejuice, but you still almost got it.
I feel like for my generation, Beetlejuice doesn't seem that out there.
No,
Like,
it's really
the original
not.
was a huge movie. It's a weird fucking movie, but it was a
Yeah.
huge movie.
I looked it up because I was like, when did that come
It's like
out? It was like I was literally a year old. It was 88.
88. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, why do I not like really remember it? I was like, oh yeah, because I was a year old.
Yeah,
I
I was
remember from my childhood.
I was
but-
definitely a little kid. I remember being the right age to be both spooked by it, like a little scared by certain scenes.
Yeah.
But also like this is funny.
Yeah, right. It was awesome. It's funny. I really need to go back and watch it because I bet I would find it way funnier now.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah, it's a good movie, dude. You should definitely check it out if you enjoyed the new one. I think.
Oh man, I'll have to go back.
Yeah.
'Cause I did enjoy the new one. It was a good time.
That's awesome, dude.
That's funny. Yeah, we had the ultimate spooky nerdy date of all time. We did that, and then we went to GameStop and Galactic Toys.
Holy crap, dude.
How nerdy is that? It's a nerd date.
Yeah, I
It's a
was
full-blown
trying
nerd
to think
date.
of a major nerdy burner for you. Like, how are you not wearing like a, I don't know, like a flaming button down or something right now? You know, like a Hot Topic shirt.
Kind of wish I had one.
Um,
Be cooler than this, you know.
Tell me about the toy store. Did you say
Galactic
toys?
Toys.
Yeah, is that a good spot?
It's like a board game and toy store. Yeah.
Vintage
Yeah,
toys, new toys?
New toys. New
Okay.
toys. Magic cards, Pokemon cards,
Got it.
D&D stuff, all
Got
the classics, models, all kinds of different action figures and toys,
Yeah,
some comic books and things.
that's really cool.
Those kind of fun things. It's
Yeah.
a cool place.
That's awesome, dude.
I've been wanting to go in there for a while, so I was stoked.
That sounds like a fun play date, dude.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Little movie.
Little movie,
Halloween.
little Spirit Halloween action, early season Spirit Halloween
You
action.
got to find a cafe that has Harry Potter drinks and get a little butterbeer now too. When it's we've had these chilly fall nights.
I know. Did you see the weather this week though coming?
It's gonna get hot again.
It's gonna be like back in the 90s again, I think. Jeez, don't celebrate that.
No, I'm into it, dude.
I hate it.
No, I hate the heat, but it turns out I hate the cold more, dude. I went, last week I was bragging about how much I've been running and how awesome it is.
Yeah.
I went yesterday and it was chilly as fuck down on
Yeah,
the
it was
river,
like down
dude.
in the 50s.
And it hurt real bad. And I don't even think I did 2 miles, dude.
I
My
see.
muscles would like not loosen up, dude. I could not get warm.
Can't do cold
And
anymore.
it hurt so bad, dude. I was just like, fuck this, man.
Done with cold.
I cut it short, dude. I was like, I gotta get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
I need the sun
Yeah.
soaking my bones.
It's hilarious.
No, not really. It was just a bad day running, but it made me think of that.
Yeah.
I liked fall weather. If you don't like fall weather, you're a psycho. It's the best.
Honestly, you're crazy.
It's
If you don't
amazing.
like at least the weather we're having right now, where it's like 60 degrees and sunny,
Yeah.
if you're not into that, you're literally a lunatic.
No, it's
It's
incredible.
like the perfect weather.
Yeah, I
It's-
can't legitimately complain about it.
You can wear whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's warm.
Exactly.
It's cold. Get in
Layers.
the sun if you need some warmth.
Dude, layers are the best moment in fashion, weather-wise.
It's true.
Like there's a short window where you can just layer up as much as you
around
want.
here,
dude.
it's a very short window.
Get yourself looking like an American Eagle ad where you got like 2 T-shirts, then a puka necklace, then a wool sweatshirt, then a jacket.
Then like a denim jacket
Yeah,
over it all.
maybe a windbreaker on top
Yeah.
of the denim.
Just completely layered up.
Yeah.
Americana.
Who did I see that was cool? Someone posted like a top 10 worst fashion trends. And I got to say I was stoked. I was what's the word? I guess I was 1 for 10
1
in
for
terms
10?
of that I actually do.
Of the ones you wore.
Yeah, one of them was dad caps. And I got to say I like the shape of a dad cap. So if I wear a hat, I've been gravitating in that direction. But the rest
Funny.
of them.
This is a 5-panel, right? This is
Yeah, I like
really-
a 5-panel
I was
too.
gonna say, I've gone 5-panel. I never went full dad hat.
I feel like 5-panel is the official hat of the coffee industry.
It really is.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because that's the only reason I wear them now is because I was given a 5-panel hat one day, and then I'm like, actually, I kind of like the way this looks and
Yeah.
feels. This is
Okay.
kind of nice.
Go to SCA, you just see nothing but 5 panels for sale.
Yeah. Trust me, at that throwdown, I felt like a very coffee guy wearing it. I was like, look at this guy coming in here,
Yeah.
Mr. Coffee Guy.
Yeah. Hats aside, Alex and I, unplanned, both got the warm-ups going today.
Yeah, we both got our gear on today.
Yeah. Good stuff. I'm a little jealous. Yours is cooler than mine.
This is,
This is one of my favorite things that Nike has produced for Liverpool, though.
it's honestly sick. I
Yeah.
love the color scheme of that. It's
Yeah.
that's a good looking jacket.
I got to say, it's holding up well, too. It looks pretty crisp, right?
It does, yeah.
Would you know
Yeah.
that I run in this all the time, and I've washed it many times?
No, actually, I would not know
I've
that.
washed
yeah.
this a lot, dude.
It
I get
looks
this
like
thing
it was just
soaked
like
in sweat.
hanging it up, wearing it for game days.
Yeah, shout out to Nike for that. Quality-wise, it's been really nice.
There you go, Nike.
Yeah.
That's a rarity with Nike sometimes. So
Yeah, it's true.
some of their stuff, they're hit or miss.
Yeah. That's fair to say.
I want some more Arsenal. It's making me want more fashion though. The Arsenal stuff right now, there's a lot of stuff I want to buy.
Really? That's got to be one of the worst plagues of being an Arsenal fan. You guys always have cool stuff to buy.
Yeah, which has lately been turning into me just not buying anything
Sure.
because it's just overwhelming and I don't have the money to spend on everything I want.
Yeah, I'm not.
So I just can't decide.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. Liverpool don't have anything cool right now.
That's nice. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. There's a lot of Arsenal stuff I want to buy right now.
That third kit they debuted, obviously, smacked United around. We talked about that
Got a
last
little
week
excited
on the
about buying
pod.
maybe that.
And I would like to have it, but it's not.
course.
It's not in a shopping cart or anything.
Yeah, it's not priority.
You know.
That one might be an end of the season snag.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly. Supposedly the first Adidas Liverpool kit has already been leaked. Our keeper kit from next year.
Really?
Which this would be the easiest thing in the world to fake. It's a keeper kit. It's
course.
black and they have like neon yellow Adidas stripes on the shoulders. I'm like, Sure, that looks like a keeper
Sure, could
shirt.
be a keeper kit.
Literally any 15-year-old could have made that up, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want to get to
Yeah, it's hard to
that.
say. This is a pretty early leak, and when there's a changeover in brands, it's
Yeah.
pretty hard to find early leaks.
Totally.
They are legit anyway.
Yeah. Well, we have kind of a casual episode lined up here.
Yeah.
International break, as you know.
As we all hate.
Have you watched any international football?
I haven't.
I watched England, Ireland.
I was going to say, I saw that was on after it was over, and I'm kind of bummed I didn't watch it, but...
You know, I only caught it because Declan scored an early goal.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Declan Rice.
And I got alerts for that.
Yeah.
And that was in like the 11th minute.
It
So
was
I
super
turned it on
early.
when that happened. And yeah, it was fine. Let's just talk about it. We don't have to even follow the order here.
Yeah.
The theme would be snakes back in England or
I
snakes
saw that
back
sign.
in Ireland.
So funny.
Yes. Former
Jack Grealish.
Republic of Ireland players Jack Grealish and Declan Rice welcomed
back.
with banners featuring snakes.
With their heads on it.
Yeah. I got to
Pretty
say
funny.
yeah. Dramatic.
Very dramatic.
Typically dramatic, you might say, from the Irish.
Yeah. Hilarious, though.
Friend of the pod, Irish James, not on board for it. He thought the lads were
Interesting.
respectful and thought it was childish to be booing them. Thanks for the input there, James.
That was great to know.
If you refuse to be on the pod, we'll take your third-hand input.
that's
I'll
fine.
just paraphrase for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was almost scripted. The two snakes scored the 2 goals
Yep.
to win.
I didn't see. Did Grealish do the over-the-top not celebrating celebration?
I don't recall. No, I don't
know
think
Declan
so.
did.
I just remember seeing crowds when Grealish scored. I don't remember his rate. I don't think
Okay.
he did. Declan did the most non-celebration of all time, dude.
I know. I was kind of embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
A little bit. Declan
Yeah.
can be a little bit very just on the nose
He's
footballer.
a little bit of a Jordan Henderson Boy Scout type.
Yeah.
where he's
I think we
gotta-
knew that before we signed him. We talked
Yeah.
about how he is that archetype.
Yeah. I think it's more likable coming from Declan, to be honest, because as it bore out with Henderson, it turned out to be kind of fake. You know,
Yeah,
his whole
yeah.
thing was, well, not his whole thing, but he massively
Declan does
into
genuinely seem like just like a bizarrely sweet
a
human.
sweetie pie, dude.
Yeah.
Like a naive, sweet baby bunny, dude.
It's so weird.
He
dude.
really does.
It's so weird.
Yeah, he does. I like it.
Because you're like, you can't. Yeah, you want to be like, this guy is so boringly English, and then you're like, but he's also like such a likable guy at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the difference is between him and Henderson, for me, if I had to pinpoint it, Henderson always had this like trying to be a hard man vibe
Oh yeah,
that Declan doesn't really put on.
he gets fired up sometimes on the pitch and will get a little fiery, but he's never like trying to be a tough
He's
guy.
not making like the blue steel face in the tunnel though, like Henderson always used to do.
No.
When Henderson used to like clench his jaw in the tunnel
And, like,
coming
just,
out,
like,
I
stare
wanted to
people down.
just punch him in the nuts.
Like
dude.
stare straight ahead.
Yeah, always, dude. Like he was like, like
No
he was a
funny business in the
gladiator.
tunnel.
Dude. It was awful. It's kind of funny to dog Henderson. He gave so much to Liverpool. It's really disrespectful.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he
he's
did a
just
lot,
such a
but-
chav at the same time. He's always been a chav, dude.
Yeah, I get that. It's hard. Sometimes you just have those players that you like.
Yeah.
You love them as a player and like what they've done, but
Yeah.
they're just like as a character, they're just not very likable people.
To be fair, everyone that listens to this pod has heard me roast Mohamed Salah a lot too.
That's true.
Unarguably one of the greatest ever Liverpool players, and
Yeah.
it comes down to that for me too. He's just such a goody two shoes, dude.
I
He's
just
such
like
a boy
a
scout.
character.
Yeah.
I love a character of a player.
I'm a Suarez guy, dude. Give me
Yeah.
a bastard.
Yeah, I love Ben White right now. He's just up to shenanigans and just messing with players constantly.
Yeah. In all disciplines, give me a bastard. Like I was
Yeah.
talking about last week, discovering or like kind of
Yeah.
thinking about Oasis. Like, wait a minute, do I like them for being assholes?
Right? Yeah, you're starting to come around to
I think
them.
I had that backwards when I was a kid. Alex, are you up on this Spanish racism scandal?
I mean,
recent?
I don't know the most recent thing, honestly. Fill me in on this most recent
Okay.
issue.
Well, so Vinicius Jr. said that he thinks FIFA should consider moving the 2030 World Cup out of Spain due to persistent racism issues in the country. Obviously, he's
Interesting.
been banging this drum for a couple of
Yeah, I was
seasons.
gonna say, I
now.
know Vinny's had some racial abuse for a while now.
He's really taken it on his shoulders, yeah. And then before teammate Danny Carvajal comes back and says that's ridiculous. Spain doesn't have any racism. He pulled a classic like Putin, Russia has no gays, Spain has no racism.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's
I mean,
interesting.
Vinny available in January?
I
When's
know.
he gonna leave Spain?
Yeah, I've definitely made that joke before. Like he really.
I mean, I respect him fighting back because it's fucked up.
Totally.
He shouldn't be dealing with this. No player should be dealing with this. And like, I respect that he's standing and fighting, but at some point he's gonna have to just be like, I gotta get out of this place.
Well, what I was thinking now is Real Madrid. We're in like a peak Galactico era, right?
Yeah.
Peak Galactico.
This team is unbelievable.
And I don't know if in the first time of their history, but right now, like, these Galacticos are led by 3 black guys, dude.
Yeah.
3 like historically good black players in Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe, and Vinicius Jr.
Yeah.
Can they be a Black Voltron of civil rights in Spain and turn the tide?
Like Shane Gillis with the black football players in the South.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's a joke.
They start winning
some
games with them,
instances.
winning Champions Leagues with them.
But
Suddenly,
dude, the funniest thing about that Gillis bit and like the situation is there's a kernel of truth to that, right?
yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
I don't have the statistics in front of me, but I'll throw up a statistic. I know hate crimes against Muslims went down dramatically when Salah started slaying in Liverpool, dude. Like, anti-Muslim sentiment.
It works. People start
plummeted.
to learn about someone's culture a little bit, or just a person who they've never known anyone Muslim.
Exactly. You're just like, oh, this is, yeah.
And they're like, oh, this Muslim person I like, so Muslims now must be good.
I mean, obviously, this isn't solving racism.
Of course not.
But this is a good example of football having a positive social impact.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, people are dumb, but people need a gateway into having their minds opened. So,
especially when, the rest of the media can feed them negativity constantly. So football
Right.
is actually putting things in a positive light.
yeah, so going back to Real Madrid and Spain, I don't think Spain's racism is any better or worse than any other country
Racism
in the
sadly
world.
everywhere.
It's everywhere. But do you think these guys, these players, are in a position? Do you think that could keep Vinicius there? Like, they could band together and
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, they have they have a lot of black players in their squad right now in Madrid.
Do you know, have Bellingham or Mbappe shown similar sort of political leanings or inclinations or
I haven't seen anything from them yet, but I would not be surprised just with how Mbappe fought back against PSG in the France situation a bit.
Oh, right.
I could see him if it is a continued thing in Spain, I could see them like banding together
Sure.
with Vinny and putting up like a real front against it.
Yeah.
It'd be
It's
interesting
one
to
to
see how it
watch.
plays out.
That's definitely something to watch.
It's crazy though that Carvajal, that's a real awkward locker room.
Did you find the quote? I feel
didn't,
like for
no.
a topic this sensitive, I should have
Should have
actually
had a quote for it.
pulled the direct quote. But that is very much the gist of it. I'm not exaggerating anything. I stand by it.
You know, we always
our
know that
take on
media
this.
can over push it, but also, if that's the gist of it, it's going to be tensions around it either way.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of tension, Eric Ten Hag.
Under fire
Did
already.
you see?
huh?
I think it was the Telegraph of reporting that Ten Hag's job is at risk.
Already.
Yeah.
It's early.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's a pretty early shout.
Yeah. We predicted November, right?
Yeah. Which felt right.
I think it maybe
if he
it
was
still
gonna be-
does, because we're coasting into October now.
It's true.
And I think the gist of this article was, if he has a bad October, he could be gone.
So he'd be gone in November then.
Yeah, right. Man, if we hit that nail right on the head, I'm gonna be so smug about it.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
I
Not
don't-
what we expected though. We've talked up United a bit.
Yeah,
Obviously the Liverpool hammering didn't help.
No, of course. I mean, this is an article that got wrote heading into an international break off the back of a thumping.
Yeah.
It's silly.
People
You know?
want something to talk about all international break.
Yeah, I think we kind of said it all last week, so we don't really need to dwell on it too much.
Yeah.
It's a simple fact. He's still betting in his defense. Ugarte still needs to bet in.
Yep.
Yada yada. Can still very easily see them turning it around, but it's funny that the vultures are kind of circling already.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe that's something to do with just like there's not enough drama right now in the league. They're just looking for something to talk about right now.
Right.
Going into international break.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all it was.
Speaking of United, did you see the images from that testimonial game where Rooney scored?
I saw a picture of fat old Rooney celebrating, and he looked awesome.
Yeah.
He looked amazing, like a pirate.
Yeah, like seeing Rooney back again, I was like, Look at this guy, man.
He looks like he should be a crab fisherman.
He is just a British man.
Yeah.
And like he does not one that looks like he played football not that long ago.
That's really funny, dude.
I love it.
That's so funny. You know,
scored a nice little free kick though.
Oh, did he?
Curled one in the top corner.
He still got it, dude.
Yeah, he still got it.
One of my favorite Rooney highlights, I've posted it to the Instagram before, is him playing in the MLS, where he's tracking all the way back. I think the other team is counterattacking.
Yeah.
He sprints back, makes an incredible slide tackle, turns around and hooks like a 60-yard pass to the far post.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's a added time winner, like assists a winner.
It was, yeah.
So epic, dude.
It was insane. I do remember that. That was like a huge moment for him in the MLS.
Rooney was a funny guy, dude.
He was a funny guy.
Is a funny guy, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't really see a whole lot of him anymore.
Yeah, he's been out of the limelight.
That's when I saw him. I was like, I feel like I saw players, and I don't really remember exactly the ages of these players, but I saw players around him at this testimonial game that I was like, Rooney looks so much older than all of these guys, and I don't think he is older.
No, he's
than
probably
any of
younger
them.
than half of them.
Yeah, I think he's only a couple years older
I think
than me.
he's managing still, right?
I think so,
Bouncing around like lower league teams. I think
Yeah.
he's having a little bit of a tough time of it, usually when I see a headline about him.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best go of it management, but yeah, he's still going. He's learning on the job.
Yeah. He's a journeyman manager. It's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, he likes what he does, you know?
He loves the game.
He loves the game.
It's funny you were talking about him looking older. I was watching The Last Dance. Unrelated, more basketball content.
Yeah,
Have you watched The Last Dance?
Content now. I haven't. Everyone was going nuts about it when it came out, though.
Well, it's funny because it's talking about NBA in the 80s, right?
Of course.
When there were still a good amount of white guys on those teams.
Yeah.
You forget that, like, the Jordan Bulls, there's white guys on
There's
the
white
teams.
guys on the team.
And The Last Dance is a meticulously researched and plotted out documentary, you know, huge budget. And so they have all these guys in studio as talking heads.
Of course, yeah.
All the white guys, dude, every single one of them, if they told you, like, yeah, I played with Jordan on the Bulls, you would never fucking believe it in a million years, dude.
Just looking at these guys, you're like, wait,
They
you're
all-
a pro athlete?
They all look like they're selling appliances at, like, an outlet store. It's insane how unathletic they all look.
That's
and
so
then,
funny.
like, most of the black guys on that team, like, you cut to Pippen and stuff, and he's an old man now, but, like,
Of course, yeah.
you're like, yeah, he looks like a basketball player.
Yeah, he looks like he was an athlete at some point in his life.
It's hilarious.
The rest of the
dude.
guys do not.
And specifically the white guys.
It's
Alex.
so funny. White athletes do fall off real hard, I feel like.
I don't think it's uniform. Like, I feel like
I guess maybe it's just 'cause
Landon
of-
Donovan is still looking pretty good.
That's true.
Weirdly,
That's true. There
Tim
is some
Howard
handsome
still
ones.
looks pretty good, but I don't know. Bex
Bex looks
good,
phenomenal. Bex is the ultimate
Yeah.
athlete, looking good still.
right? Should we transition that into the Beckham headline? Actually,
Yeah, let's talk about
Did
it.
you hear
Romeo
Beckham? He turned down a contract extension with the Brentford Reserves
Yeah,
to dedicate his life to fashion.
good for him.
I'm empathetic.
Yeah,
You
he's
don't-
a fashion boy.
Yeah, are you really gonna follow in your dad's footsteps? He's already in his mid-20s, right?
Yeah, he was already
Or he's
like,
22, I think.
He's 22.
Yeah.
He's old enough now where, yeah, he should have been making
If you're not
some
breaking
kind of
into
waves
Brentford's
somewhere.
first team,
Yeah,
let's face it. I mean, we were just bigging up Beckham on this, but we've seen Beckham's work ethic and how he got where he got.
yeah,
His rich ass kid, that's literally the son of a Spice Girl, is never gonna have that, dude.
yeah. Yeah, those they didn't. I feel like they weren't even. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I didn't really pay attention to Beckham's kids' lives all that much, but I feel like to be where he was, you have to be like dedicated at a club in the academy as a kid, just working. And I feel like the lifestyle they lived just wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel like there was a brief window where Romeo was like talked about, maybe from like I'm literally talking like the age 9 to 10 or something.
Yeah, when he was like
or
a
like
true
12-year-old maybe or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it ever seemed. It didn't ever feel serious to me.
Yeah.
Like he was ever gonna be a serious footballer.
No, that's 1 in a million.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, yeah, when your dad's Beckham.
I don't know what he's doing in fashion. The article I read did not specify anything.
Yeah.
What do you think? He's going to model?
Probably.
Is he going to be a designer? Is he going to put out a typical footballer fashion line like J-Lings?
Maybe
we should do a top 5 worst footballer fashion
lines. Oh man, we should do that.
J-Lings is number
Actually,
1
we should
already
definitely
with
do
a
some research.
bullet.
Yeah, there's some fun ones out there. I'm just picturing Arsenal players who had their own.
I was going to say, keep
brands.
an eye out for that one. I can't come up with any more than J-Lings off the top of my head.
I can't think of
But
any right
I
now.
know
but
there've
I
been-
know there's a lot of brands, like footballer brands out there that are annoying. But fashion in particular, we should look into.
Sorry. Just checking my cam here.
Make sure it's still recording.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll look into that, you know?
Yeah. What do we got? What's up with this Chelsea Civil War? What do we got here?
Yeah, have you heard about this?
No, what's happening here?
Apparently, Todd Bowley and the majority shareholders, Clear Lake Capital, led by someone Egbali, they're each trying to buy the other out. They're not getting along at all. They have different visions for the club.
Which one of them's the idiot that wants to spend money constantly?
I think
he gets Bowley.
I think that might be Bowley. I'm not sure.
I mean, if I was his business partner, I'd be trying to get him out too. I'd be like, "This is a mess, dude."
Well, from what I've seen, Chelsea fans are behind Bowley, so maybe it's Clear Lake. I don't know.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it sounds bad. Clear Lake owns 61%. Bowley owns something like 38%, and it sounds like they're heading into a little standoff. I don't know if that's gonna.
That's not great.
Affect recruitment, but
it hasn't so far. Apparently,
it does explain the insane operations we've seen from them.
Absolutely,
there's a little bit of discord. It's almost like how have we not had headlines of discord behind the scenes before now?
Yeah, I mean, what is happening at that club right now?
Right?
Like we were just talking before we started about Carragher. The quote from Carragher talking about how Chelsea need to stop signing players and players need to stop signing for Chelsea.
This makes sense. There's two different executives that each have a copy of the company card or they're at the player market. They're both shopping at the same time.
For like
cha-ching, I got a winger. Wait, I got a winger.
They both come back with a brand new winger in the bag. Damn it. We bought another striker. We have 4 strikers now.
Seriously. No returns on any
Nobody wants
them.
to buy any of these players either.
Right?
Diminished value immediately.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to come of that, but
it'll be interesting to watch, though.
Yeah, and
it's never a good thing for your club when that's happening in the background.
No, for sure not. Chelsea fans, if you're listening, weigh in.
Yeah, let us know. We don't know what's going on over
Why
there.
the love for Todd Bowley?
That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
I mean, is it because he just buys you a new toy? He's like that daddy who just buys you a new toy all the time?
Yeah, but he's seen no success. Nothing.
It's been a mess.
Nothing but decline in quality.
You have to just
since.
be a football fan who just loves a new signing more than anything about football.
Some of them do, I guess.
Yeah.
I do think some fans prefer the transfer window to the season.
To the actual season itself.
Speaking of which, I got real Prem withdrawal this weekend.
I was really sad when I realized like on Friday that there's nothing.
We've done a lot of talk about there being too much football on a Friday when there's no Prem this weekend.
Then it's like,
I was sad, dude.
And I'm sorry, I cannot get behind an international friendly break, especially after a 3-tournament summer.
No, dude.
What are we doing?
We're qualifying for another World Cup already.
Are we doing,
There's
people?
So much.
I keep seeing like headlines that like star players playing like 90 minutes for these international teams, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, dude.
We
wild.
just played 3 international tournaments in the summer, and our players are 3 games into a season, and they're on an international break playing full 90 minutes for international teams.
Yeah, going into this
What
break,
the hell?
I saw a quote from the Argentine manager that was like, Alexis McAllister has a thing. We're not sure if he's going to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, if we're going to dress him, send him back. And then I feel like a few hours later, I see a highlight, Alexis McAllister goal. I'm like, oh, you played him then. Cool.
Cool. Yeah, he'll play another 75 to 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too. Thankfully, the Calafiori we were talking about too off mic, getting hurt playing for Italy, and it's like, why is he playing? And then I saw like the worst thing is the headline where it's like, Italy manager thinks he'll be okay enough to play in the next match.
The next game.
And it's like, what are you talking? Thankfully, they're sending him back to Arsenal, which
good.
I'm happy about. But I'm like, anytime you're like, he's hurt already, and you're gonna try and think about playing him again in like a meaningless international game.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's maddening. It's so maddening.
Yeah, it's one of the worst things in football. International break injuries.
Yeah, and like it surely got to be the most infuriating. We should do a special on that. Look up the worst international break injuries.
Yeah, when you're in like a title race and you send a guy out and a key player comes back
hurt,
burned. Oof, that's tough stuff.
There's been some bad ones over the years.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so infuriating. Especially when you like see it coming. You know, players like kind of burnt out and they go away on international duty, and you're like, they're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
In the first game, boom, there it goes. We can move on from that. We could rant about international football and how much we hate it.
Oh, forever.
Forever.
Not a huge fan of it. Sometimes Euros get down to the final wire and we get excited.
Yeah, it gets fun.
World Cup,
tournaments can be fun.
World Cup throws up a fun fixture every now and then, and it's fun. It's so easy to hate it because we're American and we have no real passion for the U.S. national program.
It's true. I
Right?
think that's probably a big part of
I
it.
think that's it for me.
Is I don't have a true patriotic passion for any football team.
Only when an inordinate amount of Liverpool players are in the team.
Yeah.
Spain in the mid 2000s.
Exactly.
We had like 6 players in that squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you kind of
That's fun.
start going to it. Then you're just basically watching it like it's a club game.
Yeah, but these days I feel like it's always like one player everywhere, and it's like I don't care enough about one player is not enough to get me like super excited about an international team.
Yeah, it's because we're in the data era now. They're not letting managers just draft everyone from their home country.
Yeah,
like,
right. It's
you
true.
know what I mean? It's not like, oh, we have a Spanish manager now. Let's have 10 Spanish players.
We'll
in the
buy
squad.
all Spanish
all
players.
French players, all German players. Yada
It's true.
yada.
It's true.
Funny stuff, but that is the way it used to be.
But speaking of internationals, we
So-
got Alex Morgan.
Shout out, Alex Morgan announced her retirement this week.
Big time.
That is a
U.S.
huge
Women's
one.
International. It's huge.
U.S. women icon. She won everything, back-to-back World Cups.
Yep. I very clearly remember her coming out of the scene for the U.S. women's team.
100%.
She was dominant.
100%. I'm not going to lie. It
She's a
definitely is
superstar.
because she was way cuter than a lot of the women on that team. She never fell into the trap of getting the 8-year-old boy haircut.
It's true. She didn't go that route.
It's funny because in coverage of women's football, people are so careful to be politically correct that they never acknowledge things like that.
Like what? That she's a babe?
Yeah, that she was a babe. When she
Yeah.
came on the scene, you're like, whoa, Alex Morgan's a babe, and she's amazing.
And she was amazing.
She was ripping. And it's funny because, I was just watching The Last Dance.
Yeah.
And through half of it, dude, it flashes back and forth between, end of career Jordan and young Jordan.
Yeah.
And when they flash back to young Jordan, you're like, man, that motherfucker was so handsome, dude.
Yeah, he was
And
so smooth.
Undeniably, part of him becoming a global superstar is how smooth and handsome he is.
Yeah.
And that was a huge part of Alex Morgan breaking through the women's game, I think, right? Is it sexist to say that?
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't wanna be
Because I think that works the
disrespectful.
same way with men as well.
Totally.
I think handsome men in sport do more outside. They grow outside of the game more than average-looking players.
And make no mistake, Alex Morgan was a babe, but she was the total package. She could
She
ball,
was.
dude.
She was great. Yeah.
I feel like I do remember her very first appearance, too, coming on as a sub on the wing
Yeah.
and scoring a belter or something, you know?
She was. Yeah. She seemed like the next evolution of women's soccer.
Super technical.
Super technical, really
pace,
quick,
pace
really
to burn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. She was roasting people.
In an era, I think, when the women's game still felt really slow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. She seemed like it kicked up a notch.
Yeah.
Physically, everything went up a level.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that's fair to say. Famously roasted the English with a teacup celebration.
the teacup celebration.
Yeah. I would
Classic.
love taking the piss out of the English.
Yeah.
Especially in the women's game. U.S. England is a huge rivalry.
Yeah,
you know?
huge rivalry. And yeah,
In Morgan's era, they smoked them.
it's true. Morgan's era, the U.S. team was dominant and hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the other women's international teams have caught up these days, but
Yeah.
you forget that women's football in America was it on the international scene for a while.
Definitely.
Like they controlled. Obviously, Brazil was always good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the U.S. women's national team was it for women's football for a while. Now it's
Definitely.
definitely grown.
Yeah.
A lot of competition out there.
So, yeah, shout out Alex Morgan.
Shout out Alex Morgan.
Legend. U.S. soccer legend.
Retiring. She announced she's pregnant again, right? And
Oh,
retiring.
is she? I
And
didn't
she's
catch
having
that
another
part of it.
kid, and then this is it. Good for her.
I mean, you could do without the kid. I could do without the kid, Alex. Just retire and take a vacation. You could have an awesome vacation instead of a kid. Did you know that?
Having kids is a lot easier when you have money, though.
Yeah, that's true. You can just pop them off to a nanny and still have that vacation.
Exactly. It's a little easier.
What else is going on in soccer, Alex?
Oh, we talked about. I told you about our postal driver, right, Nick?
Is he an MLS guy?
He was just wanted to go see Messi. I told you this
yeah,
is his
yeah,
third
yeah.
time trying to go see Messi,
Yeah,
and
and
he
he's
didn't
missed
get
him
to
every
see
time.
him. He did get to see though 2 Luis Suarez goals in that game.
That's incredible.
I think he said
That's a good trade.
I think he said he's gone to 3 or 4 MLS games and he's seen over 20 goals. Every MLS game he's gone to has
they
been a
light
goal
it up?
fest. Yeah. He's like, so at least I have that. He's like, I haven't been able to see Messi yet, but
that
at least I
has
get
not
to
been
see.
my experience going to MLS games.
No.
I think I've been to probably a dozen MLS games, and I've probably seen 5 goals.
Yeah. They're usually not the most enthralling fixtures ever.
I've been wondering if I should adopt an LA team, but I don't know.
You got to go with Giroux's team, right? LAFC.
FC, yeah. I think I've heard gossip that it's not a great organization.
That doesn't surprise me.
But I don't know. They have
They
sick,
got sick unis,
gear.
and they have Olivier Giroud now. So.
I think both stadiums are down on the south side, which sucks.
Oh.
You can't really choose based on a region.
On who's closer to you, where you live.
Yeah. I like the retro LA Galaxy gear better.
I do like that. Yeah,
their retro gear is cool.
that's true. That is true. And Beckham, Beckham icon for the Galaxy back in the day, the original superstar player in the MLS.
Yeah, definitely.
It's crazy. What a time that was.
The original Beckham signing.
The original Beckham signing in the MLS.
The Beckham experiment. There's a documentary about it. Because he was signed specifically as like a commercial endeavor to grow the league.
Yeah. I mean, that's how he got an MLS team in the end, right?
Yeah, that was part of his deal. Was it ownership?
You can have a team. Basically. They gave him so much because they were like, just please help us.
It's like that. God, I've had Jordan on the brain, but it doesn't get much more baller than that. Like, excuse me, sir. Your presence can literally save this league and grow it into something that's never been.
Make it actually survive.
Yeah.
And look where we are now. It's getting better. They still have some stupid rules that are holding it back, but it's getting better.
Yeah. It's time to change.
It's time to change those rules.
Let's get rid of the salary cap and let's
let these people spend some money, man.
Also, we have 2 decent divisions of football in this country now. Let's get a little relegation going.
Let's put a little relegation promotion. Let's start letting them pump a little money into there.
Mm-hmm.
People want to live in America. So you know how many European players and things would love to play in America full time?
If the league was good?
Yeah,
it'd be sick.
If they could develop and get the talent level slowly up here, we could see the MLS being a legit league in the world. If they have to strip that salary cap away though.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do.
They gotta let some people splash some money out.
Suppose it's still a tricky balancing act.
It's true. It's true.
When you think that half of these European teams aren't sustainable either.
Yeah,
they just have people sinking money into them.
That is true. But it's for the entertainment.
I would love the MLS to be good.
I would too. I would love to be able to go watch MLS games or watch MLS at in the evenings here, to have soccer on in the morning, European, and then be able to watch MLS and actually care about it.
When was the last time you tried?
Probably last season, maybe one game.
I feel like once or twice a season I give it the old
I try and put one game on and then I'm like, I'll watch this for a little while and see how it goes.
Fucking hell.
And I get so bored.
This is tough.
Remember when we went and saw Henry?
Yeah.
I told him about that as well. I was like, well,
he played.
I was like, it's not as bad as you going to see him 3 times, but we went and saw Henry play.
He played about 10 minutes.
Maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he just casually walked off, and we were both like,
we had awesome
is he going
seats
off
too.
right now?
We were like second row, I feel like, off the pitch. And we were like, wait a minute. It looks like,
I think he ran by once.
Yeah, it was
and then
tough,
we were
dude.
like, is he's getting subbed right now. Are you kidding me?
Yep. You had your Henry shirt on.
Then we just had to sit there the whole time just
honestly,
watching MLS.
Still a nice night out at Toyota Park back in the day, though.
I did like that. The bus down to Toyota Park and watching.
Yeah, we took the bus from Cleo's. Free beer on the bus.
Yeah.
Chicken enchilada dinner at the stadium.
The food at the stadium was good.
Toyota
Park's food was
legit
amazing.
Food. Yeah, they had legit Mexican food stands.
It's true.
It's funny because they placed the stadium out there specifically to target Mexican and Polish families.
Really?
So I think they had Polish food there too.
They did,
blatantly like Mexican food and Polish food stands.
I mean, I wasn't mad about
to hit
either
the locals
of those
out there. It failed, unfortunately.
Yeah,
you got to build your stadium in the city, you idiots.
Yeah, it was so inconvenient to get there.
If you weren't taking that party bus, fuck it, you're not going.
No, honestly, I wouldn't go to one of those games.
I don't think I ever knew anyone in my history of Chicago life
that
drove down to a Fire game and back.
No, it's a terrible experience for a game that's really not going to be worth it. You see, this is just a funny little note too. I don't know where we're at time wise, but
we're good.
Klopp returning to Dortmund to the testimonial game.
Yeah, fun stuff there. The little whiteboard.
It was fun. I like that. I saw he did like the fist pump to the.
Yeah.
I was like, I could tell he's like his heart's not really in it yet.
Yeah.
He's like fist pump even was kind of like
I felt like he was on the fence because I don't think that was a Dortmund thing. I think he started doing that at Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was like a little. I could be wrong about
Maybe
that,
he
folks.
did it. I don't know.
But it was definitely like half-hearted.
It
right?
felt half-hearted
to me. It was a little casual.
It was
like
kind of just like, yeah.
It wasn't his.
Like he played. I mean, I get it wasn't like a meaningful game, so he wasn't amped up. But you think he would sell it a little bit.
Yeah.
It didn't really sell it very much.
No.
It's funny though. Good to see him in Dortmund gear again, though.
Yeah, definitely.
It just feels right.
I mean,
it's funny with him being at Liverpool for so long.
Yeah.
You see him in Dortmund gear, and you're like, it still just fits.
I'm not going to say it felt right, Alex.
It felt right.
Part of it,
Right
it was
me.
a pang of sadness. There was a slight pang of jealousy and sadness. And I do mean slight because seeing Jurgen happy makes me happy.
Yeah,
so he was having a
Jurgen's the
great
best.
old time, and I was like, yeah, man, go back there and have some fun. Smash
Honestly,
some giant
sign
goblets
with
of
there
beer.
again. Go back there. Try and win some stuff with Dortmund.
That would be cool.
I would love it, dude, if he went back to Dortmund to try and win things again.
Or Mainz.
Or Mainz would be sick, too.
Even better. Or like Union Berlin, dude.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
I hope he does land somewhere cool like that. I feel like he will land somewhere awesome when he does go back in.
I'm still hoping for AC Milan.
Milan. Ooh,
I think
he could get a resurgent Milan.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
They have like Rafa Leao right now. They have a little bit of a team.
Yeah.
I think their ownership is fucking shitty though.
Yeah.
I don't think Jurgen's gonna go.
It
for
seems like it because it feels like there've been such a roller coaster ride there.
Yeah.
Between just how they're performing year to year and which players are there
and Jurgen's the kind of guy that like he'll do that research, like how is the quality of life going to be in this job, not just like is this a big team.
Yeah, no, he needs to know that the system in place is good for him.
Oh, my boss is going to be an asshole. No thanks.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah,
which good for him.
Yeah, that's the way to be.
I mean, he's earned it now, especially
for sure, dude. Legend status always.
Legend status.
Yeah, good shout though, bringing that up. I'm always here for Jurgen news. I'll never not be here for Jurgen news.
Right.
I'm dead serious. Got live action here for our Bulgarian listeners in case we have any.
Ooh.
Bulgaria has just beaten Northern Ireland 1-0 in Plovdiv. So that game actually literally happened probably right outside Petya's house.
That's amazing.
I'm assuming they used Plovdiv Stadium, which just got renovated and is new.
That probably is, yeah, I'm sure.
That's hilarious.
Big win for Bulgaria.
Good job, Bulgaria.
Nice.
I wonder if they're going to qualify
Tough one
for
the Northern
World Cup.
Irish.
See if they got any good photos here. Petya, did you take any photos from your window?
Yeah, hopefully. Let's see it.
Look ahead to next week at all?
Yeah, we want to take a look at we can look at the fixtures for next week. Maybe that's a good way to wrap it up. I know we have one big one.
Do we?
We have one huge one on Sunday.
It's got to involve Arsenal. He sounds real excited.
I am excited, but North London Derby's on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's worth looking ahead to. Let's
Yeah.
take a little peek at the North London Derby. No Declan Rice.
No Declan.
Ireland's hero, Declan Rice. Definitely not a snake, Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Out for the Tottenham.
Snaked
for the
out
North
of his
London
appearance
Derby.
against Tottenham by terrible refereeing.
Yeah, that was awful. How are you
I
feeling
saw-
about the match, though?
I still feel confident about it. I think a lot of Arsenal fans feel very confident about it. A lot of Arsenal fans I saw getting very cocky about Raheem Sterling against that high back line already. And
They're
I'm
talking
like,
about
he hasn't
like
even
he's going to
appeared
start.
yet. Yeah, I was like, he hasn't even made an appearance yet, let alone getting ready to rip Tottenham to shreds. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
That's pretty funny, man.
But, no, I mean, I will say this is one of the more confident times I've ever had going into a North London derby. But away to Tottenham, I expect it to be scrappy as hell like it always is.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy.
You don't think it's going to be a blowout?
No. I mean, I would love it. I would absolutely enjoy a blowout at Tottenham. It would be fantastic.
You know, Liverpool has just blown this Man United relationship so wide open
It's
with these
true.
performances at Old Trafford the last couple of years.
Yeah. It feels weird. It's got to feel so good.
It does feel it. It does. And Graham, I'm sorry I haven't reached out to have you on the pod. We do need to make that happen.
Yeah.
So hit me up if you see this, and I will try to do the same.
Get you in.
But it does feel good. If you know me, and I don't know but I still have United-related anxiety before the games.
Of course, yeah.
I never feel cocky about it. I didn't feel cocky about it before this last one.
Yeah.
I didn't really see the dominance of that result coming.
I don't think a lot of people did. But I know I feel the same way about Arsenal and Tottenham, no matter what.
But it's interesting. Arsenal have you extended that kind of like dominance over them?
Over
Tottenham at any
like
phase?
in the past, yeah.
Right.
In the past, Arsenal have destroyed Tottenham.
Yeah,
and
Henry
then-
never lost to them.
Yeah,
right?
Henry never lost to Tottenham, famously. So, yeah, I mean, my early years where Tottenham were kind of a joke.
Right.
It was only through like the last like 10 years of my fandom that it's been like a little stressful playing Tottenham every year.
Sure.
But yeah, I feel the most confident I've ever felt in our squad. But then it's like you never know how it'll go.
Right.
It's a derby game.
Things are out the
Could
window.
get out of hand.
aside from that game, there's not a lot of great ones. To be
No,
honest.
it's funny. It is the show, like by far the showpiece of the weekend.
It's a very well shuffled deck. Manchester City hosting Brentford. You could hope for something there, but it's unlikely. Aston Villa, tough fixture for Everton, coming off of that
Real
absolutely heartbreaking loss they had.
Yeah, that's going to be hard.
Only getting worse for Everton there.
Southampton United, I'll be excited to watch that. See if Ramsdale can pull one off against Man United.
I'm excited for that just because Southampton's one of the teams remaining that I don't really have a great impression of yet.
I don't either.
There's a few teams left on the board that I haven't watched super closely. Southampton, I would say. This new Leicester team I have watched, but
it's funny. I still think of like both those clubs actually you just mentioned though.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like I picture the team of like 5 years ago in my head.
It's a dangerous thing to do because they're not those teams anymore.
No, they're not at
I
all,
mean?
which is hilarious because I'm like, that's just where I see the name and I picture that in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I don't know enough about either of those teams anymore.
Liverpool are hosting Forest. That'll be my first good look at Forest this year, I would say.
Know a little more about Forest, but I don't know about their team this year, or how they've looked so far.
And, Wolves are hosting Newcastle. There's not much to say about that. That one's a little bit of a toss-up, maybe.
Wolves Newcastle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could go either way, I feel like.
But yeah, North London Derby, without a doubt, the headline of the weekend.
Yeah.
That's
Be a big one.
exciting.
Should be a good one. Should be a good North London Derby. Should be intense. We know a Big Ange doesn't like to sit back or try and shell up, really. So It should be an open attacking game.
Yeah, hope so.
Hopefully a high-scoring game would be fun.
On the managerial tip, did you see? I've seen a lot of people kind of freaking out about Arne Slot's stone cold sort of dissection of Ten Hag's formation in the post match of that.
No.
There was a post match for Sky Sports, and they asked Arne Slot what his attacking strategy was
against them,
and he broke it down very mathematically. We're almost where I was like, "Whoa, keep your cards close to the chest a little bit."
Hold on,
dude.
man. Don't say too much.
Don't let them tell them all their tells.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was basically like, last year United were pressing with their wingers. This year I noticed they're pressing like a 4-4-2 with just two forwards in the center. So yada yada. He said, I noticed their fullbacks are always up too high. So he basically was like, there's tons of
Just
space
like-
behind their fullbacks.
Yeah.
So if we keep our wingers up, they're always in one-on-one situations with the center backs and yada yada. And he was like, yeah. And they're all kind of like, there have been tons of analysis across all the other major networks, not just like the usual dingus YouTube analysis.
Yeah, like legit people analyzing
People
games.
like, did he just destroy Ten Hag? I think he.
Say destroyed him's a bit harsh. But
I think our people are caught aback by his Dutchness, how straightforward he was.
Yeah.
I think a lot of managers, dodge
questions like that.
Yeah,
a bit,
or keep
play
it very,
very
very
vague.
vague.
Yeah, they play very vague.
So I think the media was a little bit thrilled just to get some straight up tactical insight like that from a manager.
Yeah, it's true.
But I also, like I said, if you really break it down, he was like, I noticed their press became central and there's a lot of gap. There's a gap behind their fullbacks.
Yeah, he just really simplified the way he was looking at it.
Insanely insightful.
Yeah. No, he just said he noticed something they've changed and he adapted to do it. To play against it. So
yeah, the Slot dick sucking is getting almost to a tipping point already. There's like in the Liverpool fan.
I bet people are going nuts.
You're seeing a lot of YouTube videos how Arne Slot is making Liverpool, all caps, unbeatable. Like those headlines.
Nice.
We played 3 games. The biggest team, a pretty lackluster United performance.
Yeah.
Settle down, bro.
Yeah. It's very early. Very early in the Slot era.
Yeah.
Team looks good, but yeah, you gotta ease it up a little bit.
We've seen very little adversity so far.
Yeah.
There's still
some rough patches to come for sure.
This time last year, everyone was talking about was it 2 years ago already? Postecoglou to Spurs.
Oh yeah.
Remember how good he did out of the gate?
Yeah, they looked unbeatable at points.
I feel like even when the manager leaves on a good terms, a new manager bump is absolutely a real thing.
Of course.
And that's what we're going through now.
Yeah.
Players showing off for the new boss.
Yeah, players are motivated.
Themselves.
They're getting a different feel and experience for the first time in a while. They're kind of revitalized.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's going well so far.
It is going well.
Fans should be happy.
It is going well so far, but let's settle down a little bit.
Long way to go. Long way to go.
Alex, should we wrap that?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Look forward to next weekend.
Thanks for tuning
Finally
in
getting football
on this
back.
international break. We're scrapping and scraping for topics here.
Desperate for things to talk about.
Nah, football is always
There's always
a
something
bounty,
happening.
Alex. Yeah. Well, have a good week. We'll see you back here super soon. Later.
Later, y'all.
Soccer situation.